Okay, so today we're going to coat the inside of the frame. Normally we would use this Eastwood product, but I'm just between time and money, this product is just not what we're going to use today because I know this can is not enough to do what I need. So we're going to try using the rust reformer inside. I already sprayed the one frame rail. We're still going to use the hose with the spray tip on it. Now these come with the Eastwood kit, but you can buy these right off of Amazon in like a 5-pack or something. It'll say like fits Rust-Oleum cans. So what we're going to do is we're going to use the rust killer, and then we might even later go back and spray the inside of the frame with actual heavy-duty Rust-Oleum. But this should, since we've already cleaned the frame out really good, this should at least kill, convert, stop whatever's left inside there. And the frame's been drying for quite a while, a couple weeks now, easily, so there shouldn't be any water inside. So all you gotta do is shake up your can, and I'm gonna pre-spray this real quick just to make sure we've got paint coming out. And then we're gonna take the nozzle off. You're gonna put this nozzle on. I'm wearing gloves because it can make a mess. And see if I can show you what this looks like on the tip here. So when you spray it, see that? It comes out from a bunch of directions. That way you get a 360-degree coverage inside. And all we're going to do is just going to shove it down in the frame here. Actually, here's a hole that's even closer. So I'm going to shove it in the frame as far as it'll go. And you can see all the paint coming out of the frame. And that's all we're going to do. It's that simple. You just shove this down the frame as far as it'll go. Push the button and pull it back towards you. You might want to wear safety glasses, a mask, and you can look up inside there and get the light. And this might take a couple coats, depending how runny this is. But you can see inside there, it's coated in paint now. So, like I said, it might take a couple coats just to make sure you get everything. But it's that simple. And like I said, you can get these off of Amazon. If you buy the Eastwood, it comes with it. But it does work with these Rust-Oleum cans, and this is the Rust-Oleum Rust Killer. So what we're going to do is we're going to go front to back on this frame rail, and every hole we're going to go as far as we can one direction, and then drag it back through to paint everything, and then go through the same hole all the way as far as we can the other direction. You know, these holes are close together here, but you only have like 2 foot maybe. So it's not going to hurt to put too much paint inside here. That's for sure. Or even to do some of these areas twice. Now I put drain holes in the frame, which I want to go through with this also. That way I get above the transmission bolts really good for the cross member. Unfortunately, right where the bolts are is the only place that you have to actually lift the vehicle on a lift. So those are going to have to put the wheels back on afterwards and get underneath of it. And do it that way, just laying on the ground. As you can see, I have a big tarp on the ground because this can be messy. You can see already where it's dripping out of the frame here, right here. That's literally just dripping out of the back of the frame. But you know, honestly, that's really what you want, because that means that you've gotten a lot of this up inside there, and hopefully fully coated the area. I mean, even here, this is so small. There's supposed to be a bump stop right there. I mean, I'm sticking it right through the bump stop hole for one of the bolts, and it's taking it right back up to here. And you see when you pull it out, it makes a mess. So it's pretty simple. That's how you coat the inside of your frame. And like I said, you can go back after this, let it dry a day, whatever, something. And you can go back after it and paint the inside of the frame with the regular heavy-duty Rust-Oleum, the stuff that takes a couple days to dry, like the Rust-Oleum Professional. You can paint the inside of the frame a different color. That way you can actually see that everything is coated inside the frame, and then go after it with one of those bore scopes that you can get cheap. Like I said in a previous video, it's normally why I use the Eastwood that's the green color, because that way I can fully see that the whole inside of the frame has been coated. Now you can also take this, and anywhere you have hat channels like this, you shove it up. It's a good idea to shove it up inside the hat channels. That way, all inside there, you get the rust killer up in there. You know, go from one direction, go from another direction, whichever. This stuff is not expensive. It's like $7-8 a can. You can get it at Lowe's, Home Depot, whatever. So it's definitely worth it. Hopefully in the long run, to try and prevent some rust through, kill some rust, stop some corrosion. The frame, the hat channels, because that's where you're going to get a lot of it. The other place I'm going to spray this is right at the back of the door jamb here. There's a big channel built into the body. It's your, basically, I guess you would call it your B-pillar. Well, at the bottom of that is where your seatbelt retractor bolts on. I have those off right now. I'm going to spray all inside that big cavity because there may or may not be anything inside there right now. It might be some primer from the factory if this body was dipped, or it's just bare metal inside there. So that's also another place where you will get rot through. You'll get rust through right here. It'll rust through on the bottom here. So, you know, a little bit of prevention hopefully will preserve this body even longer. So that's it for that. Like and subscribe.